It's adventure time! Oh! Почет, товарищ! My name is Kelman, welcome to That Russian Gamer Guy, welcome back to Hercule Poirot! And today we're doing chapter 3, as you remember last time the Major, somebody killed him, so let's investigate stuff. What's that? A single stab wound. I would expect to see a number of puncture wounds if the culprit had come here with the intention of murder. Bruise. A result of the confrontation with Monsieur Demir, although only one punch was thrown, there is substantial bruising to his face. I must use all my deductive skills and experience here. Besides the stab wound, there's a little to go on from his body. Okay. New mind map unlocked. I was brought here to find the blackmailer, but discovering the truth behind the Major's death must take precedence. Purple bruise on face. We gotta find more evidence. Lighter? Wallet. They didn't steal money. It does not look as though anything is obviously missing from it. Ice bucket. Ought to have a bucket this size for such a minute amount of water. Window is open. Why? The snow continues to blow in. Why this window has been left open, I cannot fathom. That's interesting. Letter. A note is stuffed down the side of the seat. You don't know me, but I know you and your past very well. Years have passed and your actions remain hidden to the world. Actions that would shame even the evilest of men. The details of heinous to include them, I don't know how to pronounce this word, would surely bring a tear to my eye. Now is the time for the truth to be revealed to all. While not one man is to blame for the final outcome, it was you that brought about the final piece to the puzzle, the one that no one else would. If you wish to remain a free man, fill a brown paper parcel with 5,000 francs addressed to Messieurs Dupont du Barbier and Sons Cobbler before closing this coming Wednesday. While there is time to consider your next move, I would not ponder on it for too long. When the world knows of your crimes, they will surely not ponder long on your punishment. Okay, so somebody is blackmailing him too. Written in a similar manner to the ones addressed to Mademoiselle Angeline. Could the Major be hiding a secret of his own? Or is he, fact, the author of the letters? Oh, he is the author. A bulky safe made with security in mind. It's locked tight, but a box of valuables sits on top. Oh, okay, we already saw it. So, Messieurs, damp floor. What could have caused such a large damp patch on the floor? I have no idea. Okay, let's investigate. Okay, I cannot do anything here. But, okay, let's do it. Wallet, sum of money, large check. Jewelry box, locked tight. Fallen snow, second floor window, damp floor. Okay.
I must act on thought and...
The killer. He came from outside and on his shoes there were...
Get me any closer to my goal.
Okay, maybe not. Remaining ice cubes.
Things are beginning to become clearer.
Someone has knocked over the bucket and then repositioned it. Someone besides the Major. Bucket was overturned. How it's all connected? Falling snow.
Is there something?
Single stab, purple bruise on face.
Come, my little grey cells.
Large check.
I must take a different approach if
Okay, sum of money is usually box.
the pieces of the puzzle are finally coming together.
The obvious items of value have not been taken. Why would the killer not take a reward? Because he's killing not for money. Not taken.
I cannot see the logic in this.
Valuables not taken. Locked inside large check. Step singlewood. Purple bruise. Second floor. I don't know. Loctite?
Order and method. That is.
Falling snow?
Is there something?
Okay. Second floor.
What a revelation!
If someone had gone to the length of scaling the wall, they surely would have taken some valuables. Not a simple burglary. Yes. Yes. I can confirm that the window was not the intruder's point of entry. Careless of me not to check the door first upon arrival. Door to the Major's bedroom. Okay, let's check it.
Huh.
The door shows no signs of forced entry or tampering. Could they just have knocked and been allowed to enter? Yes. Yes. Logical entry point. So it's somebody he knew.
Huh.
Burnt carpet. Burnt? What happened? It's quite sour. Such a shame to see such a beautiful made carpet ruined. Okay. Where is it? Burn mark. No. Something else. Dent and plaster.
Oh.
Surprising that it has been left visible. Surely it would be a quick and easy to fix. This is mysterious. Mystérieux. Is there anything? Yes. Unrepaired burned mark.
I must take a different approach if I am to
So, unrepaired. Bucket was overturned.
I should not be surprised by my own skills of deduction.
There are signs that something occurred in the study between the Major and our unknown fugitive. Evidence of a fight.
Another success.
Evidence shows that a fight of sort broke out sometime after the killer entered the room, unobstructed. The door from the bedroom to the study was how the perpetrator entered the room, but what I still do not know is were they invited in, or did they slip in unknown? Objective complete. Talk to Archibald. Okay. Sup, Archibald. Who killed him?
Anything I can do to help, Detective?
Has anyone else entered this room this evening?
Rihanna brought him some ice for his cheek earlier.
And when was that?
When he returned from his cigar outside, he asked for something to be brought upstairs to ease the swelling of his face. He would normally smoke only in here. Lady Vandenbosch doesn't like the smell of his cigars in the public rooms.
Madame continues to rule her home how she sees fit, and it is her prerogative.
Your help and discretion in this matter are greatly appreciated.
Now that I know that the Major was not alone, it's time to search the study further in hopes of finding a clue to who was he with. The scene of the crime has been investigated, but it does not show a straightforward series of events. The circumstances around the Major cigar is on one such avenue that requires further exploration. Okay. Let's go. The Major's jacket. A scruffy-looking jacket is hanging upon the coat rack. The major's cap is in his scabbard is in his pocket. Towel. A discarded towel, folded and unused. Ashtray. A reasonably fully ashtray. I would have expected him at least to clean this out. Matchbox. No matches remain. A rather organized desk containing what looks like important document. Okay. Let's investigate. Okay. Well-used, half-smoked cigar, a ring of dust. Killer's entry to the room was unobstructed. Matchbox empty. Burnt mark.
I must
No.
act on thought and...
Okay. Very tidy. Letter opener. Single stab wound. Bucket was overturned. Missing knife. Magnifique. The major's knife is missing, and his body lies with a stab wound. It could very well be the murder weapon. Potential murder weapon.
Come, my little grey cells.
Old and worn. Knife holster. Purple bruise. Oh my gosh, ring of dust.
I cannot see the logic in this.
Okay. Ring of dust. What does it mean? Killer's entry to the room was unobstructed. Half-smoked cigar. I mean...
Order and method. That is... Some would say a lucky guess. I would...
The Major was smoking recently, unsurprisingly, and dropped his cigar. What could have lit the cigar? A match? Evidence of smoking.
This will not get me any closer.
He asked somebody for matches.
This will not get me any close.
Oh my god.
Come, my little grey cells.
Okay, very tidy and where bucket was
Things are
overturned.
beginning to become...
This crime scene has been tampered with. The killer clearly had enough time to cover their tracks. Our crime scene was compromised. That's it. Don't have anything else. Archibald, ashtray, books falling down, fireplace. It's incredibly dirty. The logs are old and covered in dust. Connexion. Marley logs. Empty.
I must take a different approach if I am
No.
to uncover the truth.
Crime scene was compromised.
Is there something I...
Ring of dust. Dust.
What a revelation!
I would have expected the Major to keep his belongings in a much tidier fashion. Talk to Archibald. Alright, investigation. Archibald, why everything is effed up?
Anything
Such a
I
mess.
can do to help, Detective?
For a house that has such a high standards, there is a noticeable lack of caretaking in here.
As I said, Mr. Hagen did not allow the staff in here alone, besides me. He was very clear on that.
Have the staff ever given him reason to not trust them?
Nothing has ever been brought to my attention, but he was very clear no one was to be in here without his permission.
I suppose it is not unreasonable. I would have thought with his military past he would have kept it immaculate with not a speck of dust or hair out of place. But the fireplace, for instance, says otherwise.
That's true.
I haven't seen it lit since he has been with us, even in the colder months. It's been in this state for some time.
Okay.
Your help and discretion in this matter are greatly appreciated.
Okay, so what? Unused. Unused.
Another success.
There are no items that could start a fire or light a cigar. So no fire resource. Killer.
I cannot see the logic in this.
Evidence of smoking. He was smoking.
I should not be surprised by my own.
There remains no means to light his cigar. Someone must have lit it for him. Someone he trusted, but who?
Some would say a lucky guess.
Someone lit his cigar for him and attacked him when he least expected it. Who could have been so ruthless? The Major knew his killer.
The pieces of the puzzle are
They lit the Major's cigar and following the brutal act of murder, took the time to clean the scene. They were not in a hurry and could still be in the house. How could they remain so calm? Easy. C'est cold blood. Anything else? Ashtray, towel, desk. But that's it. I wanna leave the house, the room. Archibald. Je voudrais leave the room. Monsieur Archibald, how do I do that? Oh, poker stand.
Oh,
A normal looking poker stand, nothing appears out of the ordinary. Okay. Sharp. Killer may still be in the building.
I must act on thought.
Sharp. Murder weapon.
Order and method. That is the...
Letter opener is not the murder weapon.
I must take a different approach if I am...
Okay. Here we go.
Magnifique.
There's currently no way to rule out the poker being the murder weapon. Okay. The murder weapon remains a mystery. The killer, whose identity is still to be uncovered, must still reside in the house. Objective complete. Come, my little grey cells. Let us solve this mystery. New mind map unlocked. I was not expecting to have a murder case on my hands when I arrived, but this will merely be another test for the great detective Poirot. Investigate the murder. Okay. So, we should talk to Archibald.
Anything I can do to help, Detective?
I believe I have collected all the necessary information and evidence. I would now like to inspect his adjoining bedroom.
As you wish.
This is so crazy, and the killer is among us. It is clear the reason for entering the major study was not to make haste with his valuables. What I must understand is if the intent for murder was there. The study has been manipulated following the Major's death, meaning they had time to return to the scene and attempt to cover their tracks. Oh my gosh, this word is so hard. The perpetrator entered through the bedroom. Perhaps there is something they failed to clean up behind them that can make sense of all this. I should review what clues the study yielded before I continue. Okay. If the killer still resides in the house, I must approach everyone will not only caution but suspicious. A killer may still be in the building, not a single Bulgari. Okay. Letter. Another one. Another letter addressed to the Major. It appears he has someone looking out for his business concerns with the workers' strike. Felix, I understand that there are a number of businesses concerns for you in the situation that has arisen within the factories, but I have heard a piece of advice: step back. Monsieur Becker, efforts with the union have finally opened the workers' eyes, and they seek nécessairement the fair treatment they deserve for so long. The fuel for the fire has already been laid and the match is ready to be struck. You do not want to be near those flames when they ignite. I know you were once a good, honorable man. I pray that is still true today. I must review the information I have gathered from each guest today. They may have been something that will help reveal the identity of the letter's author. I mean, I know who's the author. It's that guy, Silva or something. It seems Madame van der Bosch's heart is a trophy worth fighting over. Major Hagen, I hope you will excuse my bluntness and plain speaking, but there is a matter regarding Van der Bosch that requires not only our attention, but a level of understanding and respect between us both. I'm fully aware of the help that you have offered to not only Madame, but her family and household. I'm also aware that you know the assistance that I have given to Madame and the Viscount before her. We were friends and business partners, and I felt in my duty to continue to give aid and keep the Van den Bosch name at the standing that it always been. Having said that, it's not always as simple to keep business and personal matters separate, and this is how I find myself today. Cassandra and I share a bond that one does not experience often in their lifetime. No doubt you have felt similar, but what may be lost to one man is love to another. While I respect for you effort in the war and the generosity you have shown Madame, I must request you step back from what you consider to be your duties at the house and allow Madame to make her choice, the choice that I believe is obvious to all parties. I trust the correspondence remain for your eyes only, and a gentleman's agreement is enough to guarantee our arrangement. I think it says a gentleman, so it should be men. It is a rather bold move to challenge the Major as they have, especially with his position at his house. At this house. I think it's that lady that does charity. I don't know why, but I have feeling. A rather threatening letter has been penned, addressed to Major F. Hagen. Oh my gosh, so many stuff to read. Dear Major Hagen. I did not think I would ever find myself writing a letter such as this, but under the current circumstances, I see no other option. Madame van der Bosch and I have been friends for more years than I care to say. This is why I can no longer sit back and allow your bullying to continue. I am well aware of the companionship you have offered to my good friend over the years. It has been most generous, and without it, I care not to think what would have happened to her, but that does not give you the opportunity to act in such a fool and boorish manner. The day the Vicomte passed, I promised that I would protect both Cassandra and Angeline, and it is a promise I will keep. You were once a major in the British Armed Forces, but your actions have mirrored that of drunken fools who hold no place in our society, let alone Madame's house. What? Please do not bother yourself with the response. There is no question that requires an answer, only a hope that you see your errors and adjust them accordingly. The author speaks of bullying, and although no specifies are noted, any form of the treatment towards a woman is not acceptable. Okay. This could be the weapon that brought down some of the impressive animals that now fills the wall. Oh, it's a monkey. Archibald, what you doing with your...
Oh,
I'm not sure how I would fare coming face to face with such beasts. Drinking globe. I wonder how many travel expeditions have been planned while enjoying the contents of the globe. Interesting. Let's make a research. So, murder nothing. But his bedroom. Oh shoot, so many stuff. Margot does a charity work. Margot, protective of Cassandra. So, close to Cassandra.
Magnifique.
Margot was quick to speak of her protection over Cassandra. She must take this role very seriously. Written by Margot. Oui? Killer may still be in the house.
I cannot see the logic in this.
Close to Cassandra. Cassandra bullied by Major. Hugo's positive work is mentioned. Warning about upcoming strikes. Hugo and Jackie had a heated... Okay, Rocky's working relationship. Ernesto supports the family.
I must act on thought. Is there something?
Okay. Mention of helping the family. Ernesto supports the family.
Another success.
If there is something between Ernesto and Madame van der Bosch, Archibald will surely know of it. Talk to Archibald, okay. Gideon is a supporter of the Union.
Order and method. What a revelation.
The only other Union supporter I know that is passionate enough to write such a letter, Monsieur Gideon. Written by Gideon, okay. Let's talk to Archibald.
Certainly. What do you need?
What do you know of the Major's relationship with the guests?
The male guests, I believe, he knows in a business capacity, but I'm afraid that's all I know. I will add, though, he has not always been the easiest man to get along with.
You are talking from personal experience of working for him.
I am head butler to the Van den Bosch family in their home. He...
Do you know, wait. Do you know much of the Major's time in the army?
There's not much I couldn't tell you. As soon as he found out my father was in the army, his stories never stopped.
I am sure an officer of his rank must have many a tale.
A tale is a fitting description. Not so much a pinch of salt, more like a bag is needed listening to them.
What can you tell me about Monsieur de Silva, the Major, and Madame van der Bosch?
You've lost me, detective.
I struggle to believe they were both helping her out of the kindness of their hearts. Could they have been fighting for the Madame's affection?
Oh la la.
That didn't take you long to spot.
Monsieur Sterling lack of real response gives me all the answer I
Your
require.
help and discretion in this matter are greatly appreciated.
Okay. They fought for Cassandra. Oh, I mean... Mention of helping the family. Okay. Cassandra has multiple admirers. The Major is generally disliked. The Major fabricated his accomplishments. Oh, shoots.
I should not be surprised by my...
Now I know of Ernesto's feelings towards Cassandra. He must be the one behind the letter.
Some would say a lucky guess.
It seems the guests were not fond of the Major. Multiple guests threatened the Major.
Things are beginning to become clearer.
Easy. It's highly possible one of the guests is behind the murder. This warrants immediate investigation. Based on the evidence seen in the Major study and bedroom as well, what I have learned from speaking with the guests, Monsieur de Silva conteste de Vaux and Monsieur de Mirvaran concerned further investigation. Should I talk to Archibald?
Certainly. What do you need?
There is nothing further for me to investigate in here. Would you kindly gather the guests for me?
As you wish, detective.
Oh, okay, that's it, he's coming. It seems there is no simple explanation for what happened here. The Major's popularity amongst the guests does not seem very high. There are still many questions that must be asked. Chapter 4? What? What do you mean chapter 4? It's only 30 minutes. Okay. Chapter 4, the interrogation. Interrogation.
The guests are waiting for you, Detective.
Well, thank you.
I informed them of what has happened, but divulged no details.
There goes my opportunity to catch one of them off guard, no matter I have more than one weapon in my armory.
I am most grateful. Madame Vandenbosch is here also?
She's in her room with Miss Angeline. It may be better to speak with them privately tomorrow.
Oui, merci. I shall come find you again once my questioning is complete.
The guest's alibi are my priority. Once I can confirm the whereabouts this evening, I can understand who had the opportunity. I have my lead suspects from the evidence at the scene of the crime. Perhaps those will change after speaking with them all. Okay, we're gonna talk to everybody. Okay, let's do chapter 4 with chapter 3, because we gotta find the killer. I'm kinda tired of my French accent.
I'm afraid our conversation is of a more formal nature this time.
So the Major was murdered?
It appears so.
You can't think that I did it, though.
I will be questioning everyone over the course of the evening, and your cooperation will certainly speed up that process.
Besides speaking with me, tell me about your moments before dinner.
I was here in the salon, minding my own business, enjoying my own company.
Minding your business from whom?
Comtesse, what's her name, and my brother.
What's her
Apart
name?
From wanting to congratulate him for a great right hook, there was nothing I had to say to him.
Comtesse de Vos. And they will both confirm you were here?
If she had taken a moment to notice anything besides herself, she will tell you I was here the whole time.
Exit.
I think that is all for now. Merci for your time.
Okay. Hugo, what's up?
Bonsoir, Monsieur Beckers. Merci for speaking with me.
Monsieur Poirot, or should it be Detective Poirot now?
Detective Poirot is perfect. Merci. I would like to begin with a few questions.
Go right ahead, Detective Poirot.
Can you tell me where you were prior to dinner?
I took great pleasure in seeing the Major's ego as well as his face take a bruising. And then I made my way to the library.
Well, you spoke with Mademoiselle Conrad.
And yourself? Yes.
We were the only two that you spoke with.
One of the servants bought me a drink and I was telling her about the benefits of joining a union. She didn't understand what it truly meant to be a part of something. Something bigger than just her. I was trying to explain to her how...
Monsieur.
What's up?
Oh, yes, it was just the two of you and the servant.
Strange that he does not seem to recall seeing Monsieur de Silva in the
And
library.
you are sure there was no one else present?
I'm not sure what you're getting at, Detective. You were there.
Merci, Monsieur Beckers. It has been a most enlightening conversation.
So one of them is killer. That's crazy. Can you imagine just one of these
Monsieur
people?
de Silva, merci for obliging me.
A detective comes to a party and a dead body shows up. Coincidental, don't you think?
He is rude.
A man's death is not a matter to joke on, Monsieur.
My man's death is not a matter to joke on, Monsieur.
Who said anything about a joke? I am saying what I see.
Then perhaps you can tell me what it was you saw this evening.
Where were you prior to dinner?
Following whatever that was in the hall, I moved to the library.
Is there anyone that can confirm that?
Miss Conrad and Beckers were in there, arguing about something. The books held my interest far more than their conversation.
You did not speak with them until dinner was served?
I had no reason to get involved with their little spat. It was clear they didn't want me to hear, and that suited me just fine.
Okay.
Merci for your cooperation.
Who's next? Gideon.
Monsieur Demir, I am sorry your celebrations have taken a rather dark turn.
As am I, Detective. I hope we will be able to bring this investigation to an end post-haste.
With your cooperation, I will do my very best.
Besides your time in the hall, where were you before you were summoned to the dining room?
I was here in the salon. I thought I would have a moment of peace to calm myself, but the Comtesse and my brother followed behind.
I know who's the killer. Elizabeth is the killer.
Did they inquire into the reasons behind the fight in the hall?
Because I haven't seen her in the previous chapter.
I think they both saw it as some light entertainment, more than anything else.
The Comtesse does not strike me as one to enjoy violence.
And not so much violence, but karma for the Major, perhaps. You did not hear how he spoke to my wife-to-be. She is still rather upset about the whole thing.
If you would be so kind as to stay here, I may require your help further.
Margot?
Comtesse, I am sorry our next conversation must be under such formal circumstances.
It is not the first time Felix has ruined a good party.
The current state of tonight's celebrations is the least of my priorities, Comtesse.
Well, it's at the top of mine, Detective. I did not come here for a week.
Perhaps then we should proceed with my questions and you can get back to celebrating.
It would be my pleasure, chérie.
We spoke earlier. Did you remain here in the salon until dinner was served?
I did. I thought by staying in one place, it would be easy for the staff to bring me my drinks. How wrong I was.
And who else was present in here?
The handsome groom-to-be and his brother.
Handsome?
Although Zachariah, is it, made a rather sharp exit at one stage.
Did he say where he was going?
He barely said 2 words to either of us. I think he was more concerned with his drink.
Another to notice Monsieur Demir's drinking, and yet no one seems to be concerned.
Merci, Comtesse. If I have any further questions, I shall be sure to come and find you.
Jackie?
Mademoiselle Conrad, I am sure you understand the delicate nature of the situation.
I knew I had seen your face before. You were just an officer when that story hit the paper.
Okay, American lady.
You have a très bon memory, mademoiselle. That was a long time ago.
You can't escape the past, especially when you go and do something like that.
That is very true, but one can learn from it and create a better future.
What would you say to an
Please, mademoiselle. Catching the Major's killer is my sole concern right now. Now, if you would be so kind, I have some questions for you.
Tell me about your evening since your arrival.
I arrived, unpacked my bags in my room, and made it downstairs just in time to see the Major take a right hook from Gideon. And then I went to check out the library.
And you were joined by Monsieur Beckers.
And Ernesto, or Monsieur Silver, as you say. But after he ignored my attempt at pleasantries, I left him to his book in the corner.
This is so strange. I cannot see something specific about American accent, so I cannot kind of fake it, you know? It's crazy.
And your conversation with Monsieur Beckers that I interrupted.
You are a persistent one, aren't you? Makes sense now I know who you really are. You'll just have to wait and read about it in the paper like everyone else.
Mademoiselle Conrad still remains tight-lipped about her discussion with Monsieur Becker, but a hint at reading about it in the newspaper makes me believe it might be of a much grander nature than I expected.
You have been most helpful. I request you do not go too far. Merci.
Okay, is there anyone else? Archibald. But where's Comtesse? Let's see. We have 6. Hugo was in the library, spoke with Jackie and myself. Zachariah went missing. Argument between Hugo and Jackie. Jackie was talking to Hugo. Okay.
Come, my little Gracer.
Ernesto was lurking in library.
The pieces of the puzzle of...
They confirmed each other's appearance in the library. Spoke with Jackie and myself. Hugo.
I should not be surprised by...
Jackie and Hugo confirmed each other in library. Do you want to take this?
This will not
No?
get me any...
Margot was in the salon. Gideon was present. Gideon saw Margot and Zachariah.
The pieces of the puzzle...
Margot and Gideon confirmed each other appearance in the salon. What if there's not only one killer but two? It's crazy. Gideon salon, Zachariah went missing.
I must act on thought and... This will not get me any closer. I cannot see the logic in it.
Okay. Gideon et...
What a revelation!
They confirmed each other's in the salon. Okay. What else? What else should I confirm? Archibald. Hugo was in the library. Huh. Not this one.
Is there something?
Jackie was in the library. They confirmed.
Order and method. That...
Wait,
I must
which
take a
one?
different approach if I am...
Zachariah went missing.
Magnifique.
Margot claims Zachariah stepped out of the room, but Gideon did not mention it. Was he missing time accounted for? Okay, we gotta talk. What else?
Come, my little grace.
Zachariah... Jackie...
I cannot see the logic in it.
Wait. I'm missing something. Spoke with Jackie and myself. Argument between
Order
Hugo
and
and
method.
Jackie. Okay. Ernesto was lurking in the
Another
library.
success. I never doubted myself.
Hugo failed to mention seeing Ernesto in the library. Okay. So we gotta talk to some people. Hugo and
Whatever
Margot.
you require, detective.
Your story of tonight's event.
I know you are probably used to dealing with criminals, but not everyone is trying to hide something.
I hope for your sake that you do not hide anything from me.
What is it you think I'm hiding?
I struggle to believe you did not know of Monsieur da Silva's presence in the library.
Is that what this is about? I saw him hiding in the corner, pretending to read. I'd be surprised if he even could. I did not speak to him, and he certainly didn't make any attempt to speak with me.
Monsieur Demire invited you here to speak with him. You didn't see that as a fitting time too?
I was speaking with Jacqueline, and quite frankly, I was in no mood to be dealing with that man.
Monsieur Becker is courageous and full of vigor in his planning, but his execution does not share such confidence.
Merci, Monsieur Beckers. It has been a most enlightening conversation.
Also, Zachariah. Where did you go, Mamie?
I'm an open book, Poirot.
Okay.
I told you already. I was here in the salon.
And you did not leave even once.
Well, I had to use the bathroom. I didn't realize I had to update you every time nature called.
You may keep your calls of nature to yourself, merci. And then you returned to the salon?
If you don't believe me, ask Archibald. He saw me on his way up to the study.
It's
I think
Archibald.
that is all for now. Merci for your time. Can you confirm seeing Monsieur Demire in the hall this evening?
Zachariah, yes. I was on my way with a bottle of whiskey to the Major. He shouted a rather ignorable greeting to me and asked for directions to the bathroom.
I presume you showed him the way?
Aye, detective. I showed him to the hall bathroom. I didn't think it was wise to attempt the stairs, not in that state.
That's a pen. Okay, anybody else to talk to? No. Let's investigate. Oh, Zachary absence is covered by Archibald. Distant.
I must act on thought and... Things are beginning to be...
Archibald confirms Zacharias' movements out of the salon, however brief.
Some would say a lucky guess. I would say a moment of genius.
Gideon, Zachary, and Margot were all in the salon, at least for some time altogether. Surely someone else is to blame. Gideon, Zachariah, and Margot, alibis all confirming each other.
Come, my little Graycel. This will not get me any closer.
What will?
Is there something...
Oh.
What a revelation!
Hugo and Ernesto now confirm each other's appearance in the library.
Things are beginning to become clearer.
Hugo, Ernesto, and Jackie support each other's version of events. Someone else must be responsible. Even with some minute differences in stories, the guests all confirm each other's alibis. It is not the outcome I was expecting or perhaps hoping for. Okay, it's completed. Investigate murder. There's nothing here. Come, my little grey cells. Let us solve the mystery. That did not yield the result I desired. Perhaps a more direct approach, considering their potential motives, will reveal more. Okay. What do I do? Ooh, talk again.
You came to the right place. What do you need?
What did you know of the victim?
I know that he was not the good and honest man he liked to think he was.
In what sense?
If you spoke to him for longer than 5 minutes, you'd know. I've met people in dark
And on the occasions when you did speak with him, what was discussed?
I'm sorry, Poirot. If you're looking for a deep-seated secret between me and him, you're going to be disappointed.
Mademoiselle Conrad is wise to the nature of this question. She knows exactly what and what not to say. This nut may be harder to crack than first expected. As you were previously speaking with him, I assume you know Monsieur Beckers as well.
That man has got some real anger issues. I get why he's frustrated. He's trying his best for the workers, but holding on to rage like that, something's gonna burst.
A man suppressing his anger and a murder body. The most amateur detective could see a connection.
You have been most helpful. I request you do not go too far. Merci.
I am all yours, detective.
Did you ever speak to Major?
Why would I actively choose to speak to that wretched man?
You were quite adamant of your protection of Madame. If he was as awful as you portrayed him to be, there must have been some words spoken, or perhaps written?
He was quite aware of how I felt towards him, and the lengths he has gone to remain close to the family. That is all that needs to be said.
I must admit, I would not want to be on the receiving end of your tongue's wrath, Countess.
Wise thinking, detective.
I'm sure you have noticed Madame Motherbosch absence.
I imagine she would have shed a tear for him, but she should not waste any more.
That's
you don't
rude.
think she would? Or you don't want her to?
I have made it quite clear what I think of that man, alive or dead. I would not want her to waste anything further on him.
I don't know who has the sharper tongue, Madame Motherbosch or the Comtesse. It is certainly a close race to first place. You have experienced that the Major was trying to remain close to the family, but not why.
He was a disgusting leech that was driven only by money and power.
And glory.
Like most men.
I can assure you not all men are concerned with such egotistical wealth.
That may be, but they are few and far between. I believe you are a special case, Detective Poirot.
It is not the first time I have been described in such a way.
Embrace the compliment, Detective. You have set yourself apart from the horrid crétins that seem to somehow make their way into positions of authority and power.
Maybe because Poirot is gay.
And that is what the Major was doing? Using Madame Van den Bosch as his ladder to the top?
You are finally seeing the man he was. A weak and self-indulgent social climber.
The Comtesse has certainly opened my eyes to the Major's true ambition with the Van der Bosch family. I wonder if Madame herself is aware of his greed and hunger for social recognition.
Merci, Comtesse. If I have any further questions, I shall be sure to come and find you.
So much talking.
No trouble at all. How can I help?
With the joint of your two families and the Major being around so much, I assume you knew him well.
I knew of him, more than actually knowing him myself. In the past, he made his feelings towards my brother and I quite clear.
And that was not in a positive way.
I certainly wouldn't call trying to get Angeline to postpone the engagement positive.
I spoke with your brother earlier. He was certainly enjoying himself.
What do you mean?
I do not mean to pry, only I imagine the whole room was aware of his celebrating with a bottle.
You must be mistaken. Neither my brother nor I drink.
What? I do not know how he could not have noticed the state of his brother was in. Perhaps one does not see what one does not want to believe. How is your relationship with your
We
brother?
aren't the closest. But what brothers are?
I would argue that many are.
We've lived very different lives. Our priorities are different. He does not see things the way I do. There isn't much more to say.
There is certainly more to uncover here. I shall return to the matter when I have the fuel that is required to get the answers. I'd like to ask you about the work with the Union.
I have lent my voice to some discussions. I have tried to facilitate meetings. Just positive support.
Does that positive support include sending letters to those on the opposing side?
Detective Poirot, I'm not sure what you think I have done.
Monsieur, a letter has been found threatening the Major of what might happen if he does not act promptly, and now he has wound up dead.
You think my sending him a letter, warning him not to get involved, means I murdered him?
At this time, it is certainly reason for me to be suspicious.
I have been funding the strikes, Detective. These men deserve fair treatment, and a wage that fits the hard work they undertake every single day. The Major didn't see that. All he cared about was the money for his services, and that is all I care to discuss.
It appears Monsieur Letter was at least written with noble intentions, but he is still hesitant to talk more on the Major's association.
If you would be so kind as to stay here, I may require your help further.
Okay, next.
More question.
Can you tell me more about your relationship with the deceased?
Felix, I didn't know him that well. We spoke a handful of times. I met him through Cassandra. I thought him to be rather pompous.
But you remained polite, as any gentleman would.
Of course.
The negative opinion of the Major is rather ubiquitous. I'm yet to meet someone with a particular positive view of him. Why don't you tell me more about your relationship with Madame Van der Bosch?
What is there to say? She's a remarkable woman, and I admire her.
It sounds as though you hold her in the highest regard.
And why shouldn't I? Women these days could take a leaf out of her book on how to present themselves.
You said you had talked with the Major a few times. About what exactly?
He had approached me about doing some business together. I like to know who I'm getting into bed with first.
And you both went ahead with your business venture.
Not so much a business venture, more security related. But there is no need to discuss that any further.
Is there something you wish to remain hidden about your partnership, monsieur?
It was far from a partnership. I hired him to run security at my factories. If the workers were going to get violent, I wanted to make sure I was ready to protect my property.
Both you and the Major have been very supportive of Van der Bosch over the years, n'est-ce pas?
That is correct.
And the reason for your support was always of a purely platonic nature.
If you're trying to insinuate that I was expecting something in return, you can remove your head from the gutter.
I meant no offense. I am only trying to understand the dynamic of your relationship.
I may need to approach this in a different manner. Perhaps I should speak with the Comtesse on this.
Merci for your cooperation.
Okay, two to go.
Whatever you require, detective.
How do you know the
I
victim?
know that I don't think, or didn't think, a great deal of him. I'm just sorry I didn't get the chance to tell him what I thought.
The man has recently been murdered.
Someone must stand up to men like him, with their crooked dealings and lack of, well, any compassion at all.
Another rousing speech, monsieur.
It's the truth. If you knew what I know, maybe he wouldn't be dead, but behind bars instead.
Your connection to the family is through Monsieur Demir, n'est-ce pas?
Yes, Gideon invited me. If you will recall from our previous conversation, we have been working together and he thought now would be a good time to discuss matters.
To discuss business at the celebration of his engagement.
We're all here, so what better time? He thought Da Silva might even let his guard down if he was in a more jubilant mood. It would be wise to not continue to ignore us any longer.
And what business was it that was so urgent?
We're trying to resolve the worker strikes. It has gone on long enough. Now is the time for him to listen to our demands so we can put an end to it all. Put the violence and upset behind us.
You seem to hold a certain level of, shall we say, anger towards the Major.
Anger, yes, but that's all. I wouldn't kill a man.
You must see why this leads me to have suspicions.
You can't honestly think I did it. I am a man of peace. I make changes with words, not with violence.
I barely mentioned the Major and Monsieur Beckers became rather flustered and defensive. So are there plans for negotiation with Monsieur Silva?
I am fighting for the basic rights of our workers, nothing more. If he can't see that, he is a lesser man than I already thought.
And where does Monsieur Gédéon fit into the negotiations? And his brother?
His brother? I didn't even know he had a brother until I arrived here. Gideon certainly hasn't talked much about him. I get the sense there's not much love lost between them.
When was the last time you saw the Major?
Last I saw, he was outside having a cigar.
Oui, I spoke with him myself, but that was some time ago.
He does love a cigar. You'd have to stand out in those conditions. I could barely see him through the snow.
Okay.
Merci, Monsieur Beckers.
Okay, last one, Zakaria.
I'm an open book, Poirot.
Did you speak with the Major?
Why would I? I've got nothing to say to him. Except maybe to keep his hands off what is ours.
What is yours that he could want?
Money, of course. Why do you think he has been suckling at the Van den Bosch teat for so long? He's bled them dry, and now they will all do the same to our money.
Our?
My father's, Gideon's, it's all the same.
I get the sense you and Monsieur Gideon are not the closest.
When you have not been on level playing fields for years, it's hard to have a fair game.
I am afraid I do not quite understand.
Ever playing golf, he has a full set of clubs and a caddy in the form of my father, and I have the old split putter. Make sense now?
Perfectly.
There's certainly some hostility towards his brother. This runs much deeper than brotherly rivalry. Your relationship with your brother seems everyone has an opinion.
That doesn't surprise me, and yet no one actually asks.
I am asking now.
I should have expected that, shouldn't I? What is there to say? We used to be close, but not so much anymore.
I would find it very helpful if you could at least elaborate on your relationship.
He went to school, got an education, and was the apple of our father's eye. I went to war. See the difference now.
Monsieur has again mentioned his time in the war. While I do not mean to belittle his efforts for his country, it seems though he has not been able to leave that life behind on the battlefield. What do you know of your brother's work with the Union?
If you want to know about Gideon's part in the Union, why don't you ask him?
So, you are aware of his support for them?
Yes, well, he...
Oui, monsieur?
It'd be best to just ask him.
Monsieur either does not know much of what his brother does, or he is protecting him rather coyly.
I think that is all for now.
Okay, did we talk to everybody? Let me see the bottle. It might be crucial in our investigation. I'm glad to see there is something for all tastes. Perhaps I will be able to enjoy a drink later. Okay, we should talk to Gideon, Margot, Jackie, all again with everybody. Jesus!
No trouble at all. How can I help?
I'd like to talk about your
I
brother.
believe there are more important matters at hand than talking about my brother and I's relationship, or lack thereof.
The murderer is in this house, and by holding back information that may help my investigation, you only make me suspicious of your involvement. Monsieur Demir,
Cannot playing.
if you continue to withhold information, I can only assume you are hiding something, and must treat you as a prime suspect in the Major's murder.
I have nothing to hide. If you must know, we have not been on the best terms for years now. As I said, we are different people. He does not see the importance of planning for the future, and as much as my parents tried, we could not make him see that. I suppose that is why he sees me as their favorite.
He still believes that now?
I assume so. We barely talk anymore. I was hoping we would be able to sit down and talk and leave the past behind. But this evening has not panned out that way.
If you
Okay.
would be so kind as to stay here, I may require your help further.
Okay. Margot.
I am all yours, detective.
What of Madame Waterbush and Monsieur de Silva relationship?
What of it?
I mean,
Do you believe there was something more to their friendship?
As I have said, detective, I am not one to gossip.
why not?
I would not even consider your name and that word in the same sentence.
Because it is not gossip when it's the truth.
I'm not sure that is exactly correct, but the Countess has made a bold attempt to justify her wagging tongue.
Why else do you think he would stay around for so long? Yes, he was a friend and partner to the Viscount, but it is plain to see it is Cassandra's partnership he longs for.
Okay.
Merci, Comtesse. If
Jackie?
You came to the right place.
You seem to know a great deal about everyone. What can you tell me about Monsieur de Silva and Madame Waterbush?
If you think you can use me as some sort of gossip machine,
Gossip
you are
machine?
sorely mistaken.
Okay.
I can assure you it is not a case of gossiping. At this point, everything may be relevant to my investigation.
So I would be helping you potentially solve a crime?
Crime?
You should have said that off the bat. To say he's smitten is an understatement. I reckon he's been wanting her for years.
I'm trying to figure out how can I imitate her accent, but I cannot.
I see. Madame does not feel the same?
Doesn't look like it.
Doesn't
if she
look
did,
like
she would have
it.
said something about it, right?
Right? What are thoughts on the Countess? I'd appreciate your opinion on her.
I don't know if you really would. She's got a mouth the size of Texas, except when it comes to truths about her. She wants everyone to think that she's the savior of these girls at the shelter. But there's a side to her I don't think anyone gets to see.
And what side is that?
One that she is keeping tucked away under her very expensive dress.
I can only see the work at a women's shelter as positive, even if the reason to start came from a selfish place. The work they do cannot be scoffed at. No, I
You have
cannot.
been most helpful. I request you do not go too far. Merci.
Merci. Margot.
I am all yours, detective.
Push on the Major's aggression towards Cassandra.
Comtesse, you gave me the impression the Major and the Madame were close. But there were times where he acted rather aggressively to her, n'est-ce pas?
I am sorry, detective, but I did not mean to give you such an impression.
I have already built a rapport with the Countess, some may even say in a flirtatious manner. Perhaps if I continue to charm her, she will reveal the information I require. Flattering. Okay, let's be humble. If I have been mistaken, would you be so kind as to correct me in my train of thoughts?
I'm sorry, detective. Your misinterpretation of me is your cross to bear.
She didn't like it. The Countess has something more to say, but she still holds back. Something tells me it's more to do with receiving attention. Okay. You may obviously care a great deal.
It is not often I am swayed so easily. I applaud you on your willingness and persistence. I think it is time we moved on from talk of the Major. Even after death, he finds a way to irritate me.
Of course.
Okay, let's try again.
Comte,
I am ever the charmer, detective. I would talk more on it, but I'm afraid Cassandra would think I am talking about her behind her back. It is not often I am swayed so easily. I applaud you on your willingness and persistence.
Okay, tell me the truth.
From day one, I was wary of his intentions. And it was not long before he showed his true colors. If it is a tear she sheds, it should be one of joy that he is out of her life.
I understand your feelings towards the Major, but perhaps there was...
He was a bully. He took his shortcomings out on her, and she sat there and accepted it. I never thought I would see the day. Perhaps now she will be able to see the man he truly was. Karma will always catch up to you.
Oh my god, I think it's karma.
Merci, Comtesse.
Who else? Please don't tell me Zakaria. Okay. Archibald? No. Okay, let's investigate my mind map. Gideon is trying to start negotiation. Hugo has dirt on the Major. Hugo claims to have calmed down. Margot frustration. Hugo frustration. Ernesto and Cassandra friendship.
I should not be surprised by my own skills of deduction.
Hugo claims to have calmed down since his argument with the Major, but Jackie disputed this. Hugo lied about his temper. Okay. Gideon is trying to start negotiation. He's trying to mention past with the Major. Zakaria resents Gideon.
I must take a different approach if I am to uncover that.
Maybe this one.
Another success.
The brothers are suspicious individually, but I cannot see them working together. Brothers are unlikely to cooperate. Ernesto fond of Cassandra. Cassandra more than a friend of Ernesto. Okay.
I must act on...
Major involved in the worker strikes. The Major is abusive.
I cannot see the logic in...
No. Jackie doesn't trust the Major. Ernesto and Cassandra friendship.
Magnifique.
Perhaps Ernesto has hidden his secret love well. We can use this to our advantage. And one more. Ernesto, fond of Cassandra.
Come, my little Grace.
No. Gideon trying to start negotiation. What about this one?
Order and method.
Should I connect them?
I must take a different approach.
Oh, okay. Zakaria is defensive of Gideon.
Some would say a lucky guess.
He claims not be close to his brother, but still seeks to withhold information about him. Okay. Margot, Jackie, Ernesto. We should talk to Ernesto.
More questions?
Mademoiselle Conrad was quick to talk of your hidden feelings towards her. Perhaps only hidden to Madame van den Bosch herself.
What has this got to do with the Major's death? Does Cassandra know you have spoken to others about this? I have only tried to help her.
I'm merely asking the question. There is no reason to panic. I would greatly help me if you would answer honestly.
There may be some feelings there, but Madame van den Bosch does not know of them, and I trust that it will remain that way.
Okay.
Merci for your cooperation.
I had my own opinion on the Major, on that is wiser kept to myself, but I did not expect so many like-minded thinkers. I should think further on what I have heard in my quarters. Okay, so should I leave? Hey, leave.
My time with the guests is complete, for tonight at least.
Do you know who killed Major Hagen?
I am afraid it is not as simple as that. There are many steps that lead to the truth. I must think on everything I have heard this evening and dissect the truths from the lies. Merci for your assistance this evening. Au revoir.
I came here expecting to solve a case of blackmail, to relieve a family of a burden that has weighed upon them and overshadowed a joyous celebration. I've never been to an engagement celebration where a death has taken center stage before. Although the guests' alibis confirm each other's, I still cannot rule out the possibility of one of them being involved in the Major's death. The relationship between some of the guests and the Major were more than rocky. Dislike towards him was plentiful, but enough to derive someone a murder. This is now the perfect opportunity to think about everything I have heard today. Let's see. A map. Okay. I have all the information I need. I must now comply together and find the most probable culprit. Alright. So let's see. Hugo has dirt on the Major. Jackie wants information from Hugo. Okay.
The pieces of the puzzle are finally...
When I first overheard the conversation, it seemed Hugo was trying to get Jackie to listen. Jackie claims Margot is hiding something. Margot and Cassandra are longtime friends.
This will not get me in. I should not be surprised.
The letter she sent protecting Cassandra was threatening indeed, and Jackie seems unable to determine her secret. Margot motif protection. Hugo, Ernesto, and Jackie confirm each other's alibi. Okay. Zacharias' conflicting attitude. Zachariah represents Gideon. Jesus. Gideon is trying to start negotiation, hesitant to mention past with Major.
Is there something I am not...
Gideon letter.
I cannot see the logic.
I cannot see the logic too.
Order and method. Some would say a lucky guess.
His history with the Major combined with threats to his well-being definitely show intent. Gideon motif retribution.
I must take
Oh my
a different
gosh.
approach if...
Dirt. Zachariah is repressing something.
I must act on thought and... This will not get me any
Okay.
The pieces of the puzzle are final.
Blinded by both love and greed, he may have struck down his opposition. Ernesto motif or jealousy.
Things things are beginning to become clearer.
All the guests have at least one of the guests to confirm their alibi. All alibis confirmed. Who could that be at this time?
Entrez.
Elizabeth.
Detective, I'm sorry I did not join you in the salon
Angeline?
as requested.
Please, mademoiselle. There is no need to apologize.
I was with Maman in her room. She would not allow anyone to see it, but I could see she was terribly upset.
Most understandable.
Do you have any suspicions as to who could have killed him?
I'm afraid my suspicions extended across all of the party's guests. While it seems as though their alibis all corroborate one another's, the disdain and hostility towards the Major makes them rife with motive.
I know there was some bad blood between the Major and some of the guests, but not enough to kill him, surely. She may seem tough on the exterior, but she's really quite kind when you get to know her.
The Countess? She is a formidable force I would not want to come up against.
Don't be silly, Detective. She wouldn't hurt a soul. Jacqueline, I mean.
Mademoiselle Conrad, she was in fact the least suspicious until now.
I assume that's who you were talking about, Detective, after what happened between them.
That is a story I have yet to hear.
She must have told you about the piece she was writing on us, about Gideon's work and our marriage.
Somehow that was the only thing she did not mention.
That's strange. I thought that is what she would have started the conversation with. Well, she had come to the house to interview me, and when I entered the library, she was there with Felix amid a rather heated conversation.
Do you know what this conversation regarded?
I'm afraid not, but Felix was quite enraged. He picked up an envelope from the table and stormed out, slamming the door behind him.
And Mademoiselle Conrad?
She was equally heated in the moment. She had a few choice words for him that I wouldn't care to repeat.
How is Madame feeling?
Better, thank you, Detective. She's resting in her room. It is the best place for her.
And you, Mademoiselle?
I'm not quite sure. It is a rather surreal feeling. I did not think I would miss him like I do.
It is understandable. He has been a close friend to your maman for many years.
And to me, Detective. We had grown close. After Father's passing, he was always there for me. And now, he's gone as well.
You must try and not think on it like that.
It is easier said than done, Detective.
I have no doubt, but you can be assured the culprit will not remain at large for long. You have my word.
If you were in my position, mademoiselle, who would be at the top of your suspect
I'm
list?
sorry, but I just can't imagine any of them committing such a heinous crime.
Heinous.
It can often be hard to look past one's personal feelings for someone and see their flaws.
It's not that, Detective. It's just they have known each other for years. Why would any of them act now?
I was under the impression the Major had merely a business relationship with some of the guests.
That's true. But those invited know each other, some of them for years. They may not seem like it, but some are even friends. I should return to my room now, Detective. It has been a trying day for us all.
Oui, mademoiselle. I am afraid tomorrow may bear a resemblance, but I will not stop until I have found his killer.
I am certainly glad you are here, Detective.
When and where a detective is required, that is where I shall be. Bonne nuit, mademoiselle.
Bonne nuit. Mademoiselle has left me with an interesting thought, one I had not considered until now. While at first glance the guests do not appear to show much fondness for each other, Mademoiselle is quite sure that is not the case. Perhaps I must consider looking at the guests together and not individually. Yes, I'm telling you, they are working together. Jackie bumped ahead with Major.
Another success.
I doubt Jackie's involvement with the murder, but now I'm doubt of her innocence.
What a revelation.
I now have all the motives from the guest who is under suspicion. All motives confirmed. All alibis confirmed.
Magnifique.
I do not know who I can trust or whose stories I can believe. Are these guests innocent? All guests are suspicious. Okay. Okay.
Is there something?
Wait. Which one? What should I like connect?
Come, my little grey cells. We must think.
Guests have known each other for years.
Magnifique.
I now doubt how trustworthy their stories might be. They may well be covering for each other. There is no physical way one of the guests could have killed the Major and returned to the party, unless there is, where I am mistaken, it is not one guilty party I should be looking for, rather multiple. That's what I was saying from the very beginning. Objective complete. How could I have not considered that the Major death was part of a ploy created and executed by more than one guest? It came almost as an epitaph following Mademoiselle Angerin's remark about the guest's shared past. Perhaps Mademoiselle will become the trusted ally that I now sense may be essential to catching the guilty parties. Tonight's questioning was only the beginning. I will allow my suspects to sleep on their stories, and we will see how they fare tomorrow. Perhaps one of those involved will have moral enough to show a glimmer of regret. Considering they may be working together, I cannot be sure who has told the truth and who has attempted to sell me down the flue. Perhaps I should sleep on that matter. A good night's sleep will surely bring a new dawn to thinking, and what a better setting to do so in than the peaceful falling blanket of snow that surrounds us all. Although it seems not everyone has the same idea. Mystery. Dark person. The texture though. Chapter 5! Alright, today we did Chapter 3 and Chapter 4. We're so good at it, huh? So good. Chapter 5 is gonna be secret. But as for now, that's it. It's very interesting what's gonna happen next. Okay, a restless sleep combined with the image of the eerie figure in the snow has only convoluted what my little grey cells must consider. I shall not have expected this to be a simple case. I have been lied to by at least one of the guests. Their alibis all confirm each other, but I know this is not to be true. That's enough. Enough for today. How the Major was involved with the blackmail eludes me for now. Once I have confirmed whether he was the author or recipient, I can consider my next step in my investigation. Perfect. That's it. Alright guys, that's it for today. We're gonna see what's happening next episode. Maybe it's gonna be the last one, but I'm not sure. Don't forget to drop a like, write a comment, subscribe to this channel, and see you next time. Bye.